At 82 years old, Eleanor Whitman had learned to speak softly to the world, and somehow, the world listened. Her short snow-white hair framed a face lined not by age alone, but by decades of patience, devotion, and quiet endurance. She lived in a small mountain town in Vermont, in a narrow brick house with ivy climbing its walls and a wind chime that sang gently on breezy afternoons. Each morning, Eleanor lit a vanilla-scented candle and sat at her tiny kitchen table with a cup of warm honey milk. She watched the sunlight crawl slowly across the wooden floor. To neighbors, she was simply the elderly widow who fed stray cats and waved politely from her porch. But inside, Eleanor was learning how to stand again after her world had fallen silent. For nearly 40 years, she had worked as a school librarian. She remembered children's favorite adventure stories and always kept aside new arrivals for eager readers. She married Thomas, a railway engineer who loved maps and believed that life, like train tracks, always found a direction forward. Their marriage was steady and sincere, shared crossword puzzles, evening radio music, and handwritten grocery lists stuck to the refrigerator. When Thomas passed away one winter after a long illness, Eleanor felt as though time itself had stopped. The ticking clock sounded louder. The empty chair across the table felt impossible to ignore. For months, she spoke very little, then one snowy afternoon, she began baking small loaves of cinnamon bread. She wrapped each one in brown paper and tied it with twine, adding a handwritten note that read, "Someone believes in you." She left them anonymously at doorsteps throughout town. Soon, stories spread about the mysterious bread that arrived during hard weeks and lonely nights. At 82, Eleanor discovered that even in the quiet aftermath of grief, a heart can still choose to nourish others. If Eleanor's story inspired you, please like this video, subscribe to Hadi Story Vault.